Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the things I'm doing to prepare for the first day of school. And these are things that I typically do every single year. So this is nothing too out of the ordinary, but every curriculum is a little bit different. So I'm going to tell you about the things that I'm doing for this year. But if it's your first time, I want to say welcome. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And down below, I have a link where you can join our free Facebook group where we talk about curriculum and books and we chit chat all day long and it's super fun. So come and join us. Okay, so in some of my previous videos, we have been talking about the new curriculum that I'm going to be using. I primarily use My Father's World for a lot of our curriculum. You know, it's our main history, it's our main spine, and I kind of fill in holes everywhere else as far as like math and English. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some of the things that I've been doing. My table is full over here, so please bear with me. Okay, so the first thing I have to do for both of the kids is make binders. Now, I have a 9th grader and a 5th grader. I cannot believe I have a 9th and a 5th grader. So these are some of the things that I'm doing to prepare for each of them. So I'm making binders, and this red one is my 9th grader's, and he's got the divider tabs and lots of lined paper in the back. And this is going to be his notebook. And these divider tabs, these are some of my favorite because they have like the pocket in them, and sometimes it's just good to have that pocket for, you know, loose things or things that just don't seem to fit in here, like small art things or, you know, whatever they're doing. So I like these. I got them in a 3-pack, and I think I linked them down below in my Amazon store. I have an Amazon store where you can see all the stuff that I'm buying. But I made each of them one of these because they're going to need it for certain subjects, and each of these tabs is going to be a different subject. So both of them for My Father's World are doing ancient literature, or doing ancient history as their spine. They're just on different levels. So my youngest, who is in 5th grade, he is doing Creation to the Greeks. And I have a picture of that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It looks like this. So it's ancient history. And my oldest, I'll show you his, he's doing ancient history and literature. So a lot of the time periods that they're going to be doing and covering are going to be the same. It's just going to be different assignments and different books and things like that. But that kind of makes it a little bit easier for me because a lot of the enrichment activities, like for when we study Egypt and the pyramids and things like that, they're both going to be studying it at some point. It might even be in different weeks of the school year, but I'll be able to overlap some of those things, and they can share some of the same books that I'm getting to kind of enrich the curriculum and different activities. So I am bulking up on some of my ancient history type of books. And when I get those all together, I will do a video on those, but I don't have them just yet. I've got some that are on the way and I'm ordering them, so be patient for that, but I am ordering some of those books. So for Creation to the Greeks, I might end up regretting this because I did this before I really read it, and now I'm kind of nervous that I might have to fix it later. But I did spiral bind these student sheets this year because last year I debated on doing this, and what I ended up doing was, if you saw my videos, I ended up putting all of the student sheets for the countries and cultures curriculum into like a file box, and it made it easy. It was great, but the file box for my classroom is just not working. It's clunky, it's taking up too much space, especially for my oldest desk this year. He just does not have the space for that. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just spiral bind him this year because I have a spiral binder. And now I might be regretting that because I think they're supposed to make a notebook. So I'm a couple weeks ahead of most of you guys because I school pretty much year round. So stay with me if you're using this one like I am, and I will let you know what I end up doing. I may end up totally taking this out and putting them in a different system. So I don't know yet, guys. I don't know. We'll just stay tuned. So one of those things that they get to share is art. So the sun is not making this easy on me today, but this is Architects of the Ancient World. So this is gonna go really, really good with their ancient history, My Father's World curriculum. And this is all about ancient history and art together. So both of my kids are going to be utilizing this, and this is a notebook that I'm putting together for myself, and I'm just going to basically run them off copies. And to prepare for that, this summer I started collecting all of the art things, and I have them all in a box. So this is the box for art, and it's a little heavy, so I'm going to put it down. But we've got 2 of these big mixed medias. I did a big video on an Amazon haul, and most of this stuff was in there. You might recognize it. But this is all for their art, and they're going to be sharing these things for the most part. So to prepare, I ended up just making an art box, and it's over in the corner of our room. And every time that we come to a point where we're going to do art in our lesson, we're just going to drag this box out, and we're going to do art together, since they're going to be doing pretty much the same curriculum, just on a different timeline together. So I thought that would be kind of cool. So even though I believe this is for older kids, my 5th grader is going to be joining in, and we might modify the lessons just a little bit. So something else that I did was I made my Creation to the Greeks folder for my son. So this is his folder. This is the student notebook, and this is going to be where he files away some of the things that he's doing, and keeping some of his papers and his keepsakes and things like that. And I went ahead and I put in the same folder tab dividers that I had in my oldest, and we have one of these because he loved his last year for exploring countries and cultures, and I thought, well, we might have some extra pieces, so I'm gonna do this. One thing I haven't done yet that I need to do this week, it's gonna be done this week, is I have to get the timeline on the wall. So my oldest, his timeline is going to be in a large book, like it's like this big. But my youngest, his is still gonna be on the wall this year. So I need to get the timeline put all across the wall, so he can start putting his figures there, because we actually have the figures in another folder for him. So that's ready to go. And I took out all of the parent sheets and the extra student sheets, and I filed them on the wall file system that I have in our classroom that I know you guys have seen probably a dozen times. But I went ahead and I made a folder just for the extra pieces for me as a parent, and those are on the wall and ready to go. And this year I decided to put all the teacher books up there as well. So all the answer books, because I had this problem the last year and a half or so, like the parent books or the teacher books with all the answers in it with the tests and stuff, they just kept disappearing because I kept misplacing them. So I admit my mistakes, and I'm going to put them in a new place, and they're all going to be there for the remainder of the year, because my husband is going to be joining me homeschooling this year. So I need to not misplace them, or there's going to be problems. So I need to make sure that they are put in a place where we both know where they're at, where we're not tearing our hair out or tearing the room up trying to find these things. So that's another thing that I did this year as well that I'm hoping works out. So all this week too, I am lesson planning in my lesson planner, and this is my personal lesson planner. You guys can get this in my Teachers Pay Teacher store, which is down below in the description if you want one. And I put, because I was smart, I made a weekly meal planner in this because my kids are constantly asking me what's for dinner, and this is going to help me keep more organized for the school year. And I've never seen a lesson planner do this, but I thought it would be so helpful for me to have a meal plan system going in here. So I have my meal plans, and I even have like a small area for a shopping list for when I run out of things down at the bottom that I did this in a hole punch for a 3-ring binder for a reason. So I could take out those weekly meal plans and put them on my refrigerator so my children will stop asking me what is for dinner every single day, because it seems like even at breakfast, they're asking me what is for dinner. And it's like, you haven't even had breakfast. Why are you asking me what's for dinner? Do your kids do this, or is it just my kids? I don't know. I'm in the teenage boy phase. Food is a big deal around here. So I have that going. The last thing I've been doing to really prepare for the school year is organizing the classroom. And I have a small space that is an extra bedroom in our home. I turned it into a schoolroom, and we've had this room for the last 3 years now. And every year we do a new theme. So I redecorated, which you guys will see the video for soon. And I've done a little bit different of an organization system this year, which I will show you in that video too. And I have been kind of grouping things together on my shelves and things like that to kind of help me stay more organized so I stop losing things. Even in this small space, I still manage to lose things like books and headphones, and you guys, I don't know. I don't know why I do that. Why do I do that? How in the world in this small space do I still lose everything? So I have been putting things together and making sure that they are grouped together, and I'm going to try to label these things so my kids will put them back where they belong, and I will put them back where they belong, because if there's a cute label on it, I feel like I would be better at organizing. I'm gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that and hope that it comes true. We'll see. We'll see. You guys know I'm very, very honest with you guys. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. If it doesn't, trust me, you'll know, because it'll be a mess in here. But that is how I am preparing for my father's world, for art, for the upcoming school year. Tell me, what are you doing to prepare for the upcoming school year? This year this week, I'm putting all of my lessons in here because it's getting late and I really need to get on it, guys. I need to get on it. Yeah, so let me know. What are you doing to prepare for the upcoming school year? I might have missed something, so tell me down in the comments. I've been working really long hours lately and I feel like I'm missing something or I'm forgetting something. I don't know yet. So that's all I got for today. I hope that it was helpful. I hope you guys learned something that you guys can do for your own homeschool space, and I will see you next time. Happy homeschooling.